Holding people accountable has become somewhat of a staple in our society, where if you step out of line, the internet will call you out on it. And influencers, because they live their lives online, might be sharing a little too much in an effort to further their online presence. And influencers, because they live their lives online, might be sharing a little too much in an effort to further their online presence. I'm about to count down the top 10 influencers who went too far and got exposed, part 6, here for you on IO. What's gravy fam jam? This is InformOverload. We do the news, we spill the tea, we top the 10 and eat potato. I'm Charlotte Del Rey. Like, sub, bell, follow, and let's get into it. It's been a minute since I did one of these, but we've got plenty of influencers that did an oopsie to add to one of these lists. Now, if you watch this channel, then you might have heard of some of these influencers before, some of you might not. I've been exposing so many influencers lately, I pretty much wrote this entire video by heart. It's not even an exaggeration. Let's get into it! At number 10 we have Chris Schatzel. Chris Schatzel is a Russian YouTuber and influencer who went viral a couple of weeks ago for using the Black Lives Matter protest in Los Angeles as her personal photo shoot backdrop. The video of her posing for photos at the protest was shared on the Influencers in the Wild account, and the comment section was filled with people trying to find her at. What her at though? I just want to talk. I just want to talk real quick. Seeing how over 20 million people saw that video and Chris has over 200,000 followers on Instagram, people kind of figured out who it was pretty quick and they started like tagging her. She quickly made her account private, so instead the mob went to her YouTube channel and were accusing her of using the protest for clout or to just jump on a trendy thing for a cool photo. She recently shared an explanation on Instagram that said, "The backlash I received has been overwhelming. First, I want to say that I have the utmost respect for the Black Lives Matter movement and all it stands for. My intent was to spread the message in the best way I knew how, without hurting anyone, and show the world the peaceful protest that was happening in LA. It probably didn't help her case though that she was very clearly dressed up for the photo, so it would match her like perfect influencer aesthetic. But hey, it is what it is." At number 9 we have Ruby Frank. Ruby Frank is the matriarch of the popular family vlog channel 8 Passengers with 2.5 million subscribers. 8 Passengers being Ruby, her husband Kevin, and their 6 children. Their family is Mormon and known on YouTube for being extremely strict, but after a video was posted that showed Ruby's son Chad admitting that he's been sleeping on a beanbag chair for 7 months as punishment over a couple pranks he played on his younger brother, people were quick to criticize Ruby and her husband and call them out for neglect and abuse. That's right, Ruby Frank was exposed by her own son. They ended up deleting the video in question, but other videos were unearthed and watched with new eyes, like a video where Ruby's 5-year-old daughter had forgotten her lunch at home and Ruby refused to bring it to her and said she had to go hungry because it wasn't the first time she forgot her lunch. Dude, she's 5 years old. I didn't even remember how to tie my shoes when I was 5 years old. Other allegations include Ruby profiting off her children and buying excessive amounts of clothing, yet not permitting her children to buy more than a couple of items of clothing each, and also not being allowed to use a $2,000 bidet/toilet located in Ruby's room. Ruby has not responded to the backlash at this time. At number 8 we have Fiona Moriarty McLaughlin. Facts with Fiona, aka Fiona Moriarty McLaughlin, went viral during the Black Lives Matter movement because she was caught on camera asking a man to borrow his drill, and she pretended to board up a store, where her boyfriend took a photo of it. In typical influencer fashion, she gave back the drill when she got her photo, thanked the man, and then got into a Mercedes and drove off. It didn't take long after the video of Fiona was shared online for people to find out who she was, and a New York Times reporter identified her. She had had previous work as a reporter. Fiona had also used her Twitter account to criticize the protests as well as the defacing of a billboard in LA. Eventually Fiona got fired from her internship with the Washington Examiner over the incident. At number 7 we have Shallon Lester. Shallon Lester is a celebrity gossip commentator on YouTube that likes to talk about the fact that she used to work at Star magazine. She combines the world of celebrity gossip and dating advice into her successful YouTube channel, but earlier this year many commentary channels felt she had taken the gossip a step too far. D'Angelo Wallace was the first commentary YouTuber who blew the whistle, and other commentary channels followed suit, including this one. Not only was Shallon singling out celebrities like Selena Gomez and Pete Davidson, she created false narratives about their lives without sources. She created videos on how to cheat and get away with it. She made fun of celebrities' mental health, and even went as far as to do a psychological assessment on Ellen DeGeneres when she's not a licensed therapist and doesn't have a background in psychology. Oh yeah, and she also said that BTS looked like a group of women. You should know better than to insult the BTS army, like never, ever. Anyways, the YouTube community came down hard on her for her many indiscretions. She didn't really respond and waited until the controversy was over. For the most part she's been staying out of trouble since then, but hey, I'm watching you, Shallon. Shallon. At number 6, Suhaila Ben Lahab. Suhaila is one of several influencers who recently faced backlash for their strange show of support for the Black Lives Matter movement, posting a photo of them in blackface. Suhaila is an Algerian influencer with 1.6 million followers, and she posted this photo showing herself in half blackface. The caption of the photo read, "We're one. Just because we're black on the outside doesn't mean that we're black on the inside. Racist people are the true black heart ones. They are black on the inside, though they do not know it." I'm not sure what she means by that, but I think she was trying to be poetic. Now you can blame it on, well, okay, maybe she didn't know that it would be offensive to do blackface at a time like this, or at any time, frankly, in 2020. But it turns out that a ton of people have been asking her to take the photo down, and as of this writing, it is still up on her Instagram page, so she fully knows that it's offensive and disrespectful. I digress. Halfway there now, at number 5 on this list we have Nessa Barrett. Nessa Barrett is a 17-year-old TikTok star with millions of followers, and well, she does what most TikTok stars do. She dances. But when she posted a video that showed her laughing and dancing to a man singing a verse of the Holy Quran, people called her out and said it was offensive and insensitive. Nessa Barrett said she came across the song on the For You page on TikTok and didn't realize what it was. Nessa was 17 years old at the time. She said in defense of herself, "My step-siblings, like my stepmom, is from Egypt and all that stuff, so I know that it could have been taken offensively. I just want to apologize for anyone who took it that way and was offended. I think I'm sorry to anyone that practices that religion." The apology was not enough for some, who argued that having a Muslim mom should not excuse what she did. In fact, if she had a Muslim mom, then it kind of makes the situation a lot worse, because she should know better, essentially. Nessa ended up posting a second apology on her TikTok. At number 4 on this list we have Micah and James Stouffer. Micah and James Stouffer are another family that run a popular family vlog channel, and much of that popularity is credited to the adoption of a little boy with special needs from China, called Huxley. The adoption of Huxley made their channel explode in both views and subscribers. It brought on lucrative brand deals, and the Stauffers would often crowdfund and ask their audience to pay for Huxley's special needs therapy. But when Huxley vanished from their videos, people started asking questions, forcing the Stauffers to admit that they had, in their words, rehomed Huxley and placed him with a new family that they say is better suited to his needs. The admission was very controversial, as experts say that placing adopted children with other homes can be extremely traumatic for everyone involved, but especially the child in question. Not only that, but they didn't actually use an adoption agency to do the rehoming, so to speak. It turns out the authorities are now investigating the Stauffers, and brands like Fabletics and Playtex Baby have dropped them from their roster. In at number 3, Foul Musa. Foul Musa, who is known online as Sophia Taloni, made headlines in the spring of 2020 after she told her followers to download gay dating apps in order to locate gay men, because gay dating apps show you where gay men in your surroundings are. She said that the purpose of this was to show how many gay people are in Morocco but hiding it, in an effort to humanize homosexuality. But as a member of the LGBTQ community herself, a transgender woman, I am not sure how she thought this was a good idea. Morocco is an Islamic country where same-sex activity is illegal. As a result, Moroccan men on dating apps were tricked by people catfishing them into sharing intimate photos that were posted online. Some of these gay men were thrown out of family homes during coronavirus lockdowns, and several were blackmailed. Musa said her intention was not to target or out gay men, her intention was to bring them into the mainstream in Morocco. Getting close now at number 2 on this list, Marina Sheva. Russian influencer Maria Sheva, who has over 400,000 followers on Instagram, sparked outrage when she announced that she was in love with and engaged to 20-year-old Vladimir Shavirin, who used to be her stepson. The photo that really upset people was this photo she posted. It shows her and Vlad when Vlad was only 7 years old, and her and Vlad currently when he's 20. I think actually seeing how drastic the age difference was, even if they don't look that different in age now, needless to say, it was like a step too far. I mean, the woman watched him grow up. She didn't change his diapers, but she probably saw him bathing and stuff like that. Like, it's weird. It's fucking weird, man. To add insult to injury, she adopted her ex-husband's 5 children when they were together. So if she marries Vladimir, she would not only be their stepmother, but also their sister-in-law. This one definitely makes the Lannisters seem like saints. One has to wonder how someone can grow to love someone that they've known since they were a child, when they themselves were an adult. At what point did she become attracted to him, and at what point did she fall in love with him? And also, did she leave her ex-husband for his son? Alright, alright, the moment you've all been waiting for at number 1, no surprise here, we have Doja Cat. Miss Doja Cat was at the center of controversy when videos of her in a tiny chat room went viral. The rumor was that Tiny Chat was a racist chat room used for white supremacists, and Doja was often seen acting sexy for the men on camera. Then an old song by Doja called Din Do Nuffin was leaked online. Din Do Nuffin is a racial slur used to refer to victims of police brutality. More allegations surfaced, and before long, people accused Doja of hating her own race. Doja is half black, her mother is Jewish, and her father is South African. The hashtag Doja Cat is cancelled started trending on Twitter, and eventually, after days of speculation, Doja went on Instagram Live to release a statement. Essentially, she debunked all the claims, except of course the claims that she would go into chat rooms and essentially act like a cam girl for random strangers on the internet. If you watch my video Doja Cat is cancelled explain, you know my stance on this. The only thing Doja Cat is really guilty of, in my opinion, is being a bit of a freak. But regardless, some think that she shouldn't be behaving in certain ways because young women, especially young black women, look up to her. Anyways guys, that is it for this video. As always, tell me your thoughts down below in the comments, and thank you all for watching. And like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll see you guys next time.